What if I tell you that everything you learned about business in school is now getting outdated? Most companies are literally throwing money every single day, and understanding one simple idea could make you the most valuable person at your job. I'm talking about a book that completely changed how I think about customers, and I'm sure you are going to like it as well. I'm talking about this book, Never Lose a Customer Again by Joey Coleman. It changed how I think about leadership, and today I'm going to break it down so you can use it to level up your understanding of your customer and may give a boost to your career. Hello my friend, I hope you're doing great. If you're new here, I'm Amit, and in this channel we talk all about project management, customer success, productivity and leadership. So if you're a young or an experienced professional, please subscribe for more practical and actionable tips. Now let's get back to our topic. Now I know what you are thinking, that Amit, I am not a CEO, I don't run a business, then why should I care about losing customers? So here's the thing. Those customers, they are the ones paying your salary, and every customer that walks away is money that's not coming into your company. And when revenue drops, guess what gets cut first? And here's a shocking truth for you. Most businesses lose around 20% to 70% of their new customers within the first 100 days. Yes, around 70% of the customers are gone in the first 3 months. Now think about your gym membership. You signed up in January, went for 2 weeks, then never went back there. Or that streaming service you forgot you were paying for. That's exactly what is happening to businesses everywhere, and they have no clue why. Banks lose around 32% of new customers in their first year, and more than 20% of their people break their mobile contracts in the first 100 days. Also, generally speaking, it costs around 6 to 7 times more to get a new customer than to keep the one you already have. Now say for example, you pay around $10 to retain a customer. But to acquire a new customer, you will be paying around $70. But here is the irony. Companies spend 90% of their time and money chasing new customers, and only 10% for keeping the ones they already have. That's like constantly swiping on dating apps while ignoring the people who already like you. Makes no sense, right? Joey talks about something in his book which is called human to human business. We always hear about B2B and B2C, business to business and business to consumer. But here's what everyone misses. Every single business deal is really just humans talking to humans. The person buying your company's software, a human. The person using your app, a human. And the person calling customer service when something breaks down, again a human. But most companies treat customers like numbers on a spreadsheet instead of real people with real feelings. This is where you can totally stand out in your job. While everyone else is obsessing over conversion rates and matrices, you can focus on the actual human experience. You can be the person who remembers that behind every sale is someone who just wants to feel good about their choice. Keep that human element in mind during every interaction, and I promise you, your chances of success go way up. And here comes the book's biggest insight. The first 100 days are the make or break time after someone becomes your customer. Think about when you started at your current job or school. Those few months decided whether you would love it or start planning your escape, right? Same thing happens with the customers. Every customer goes through 8 specific phases, and if you can guide them through successfully, they become customers for life. And you miss these phases, then they are gone forever. Let me give you an example of how this works. So when Apple launched the iPod, they did something that seems obvious now, but it was revolutionary then. They shipped their customers already charged iPods. Before that, every other MP3 player used to come dead. So when you unbox it, you need to plug it in and wait many hours for it to charge before you could listen to anything. Apple said no to this and make sure that you could enjoy your favorite music as soon as you open the box. That one small choice made people feel like Apple actually cared about their experience and not just making a sale. That's the kind of thinking that turns a good product into a great one. Something people can't stop talking about. Alright. So now let me walk you through these 8 phases. Think of it like dating, where there are stages you need to go through, and if you mess up at any stage, it's over. This is like checking out someone's Instagram before you follow them. You're scrolling through trying to figure out, is this person legit? Are they worth my time? Customers do the same thing. They're asking, are these people real? Will they actually gonna help me? Or they are here to just take my money? Most companies just brag about how great they are. In the book, Joey mentioned about this one salesperson who did things differently. He went to meet a prospective customer and noticed that the customer was passionate about golf. So instead of diving into the sales pitch, he started his conversation with golf, but due to the lack of time in the entire meeting, they kept talking about golf. So there was no sales pitch, no pressure, and there was no push. After a few days, this salesperson went to a Pebble Beach, which is somewhere in US, and he saw a mini golf ball. And that instantly reminded him of that customer. So he bought it and then sent it over with a note to that prospective customer that says, "Hope your next round goes better than mine did here." When the customer received it, he was overwhelmed. It was not because of that golf ball, but because that salesperson had shown genuine interest and care for that person. That small but thoughtful gesture created real trust and connection. And in the end, that customer went on to buy $35,000 worth of products from him. Not because of a fancy pitch, but because one person took the time to make him feel like more than just a transaction. So what's the real takeaway from this story? Stop trying hard to impress people with big fancy pitches or fancy words. Just be real. Be the kind of person they would actually enjoy spending time with. That's what makes the difference. Remember the feeling when you first unboxed a new phone or a gadget? It's an exciting feeling, right? That's how customers feel right after they buy something from you. But most companies, after the purchase is over, send them a boring email like, "Thank you for your purchase." It's the moment when your customer is really excited about the new purchase. And what we do? We bleed out their excitement. We start behaving that our job is done and now it's on customer what they do with their purchase. That is when you lose the emotional connection. There is a company called Build a Bear, which does something brilliant. In Build a Bear stores, kids create their own bear and then give it a name. So when a kid finishes making their bear, they announce it to the whole store. For example, "Everyone say hello to Fluffy, born today to Sarah." The whole store claps and that kid feels like a total VIP. That excitement locks in the memory and it makes them want to come back again and again. There is another company called Zogix. They make boring cleaning supplies, but they send personalized thank you videos to every customer. They literally hold up a clipboard with your name on it and say thanks. This sounds weird, right? But 60% of people watch these videos compared to only 20% for regular emails. The point here is that even with boring products, you can make the customer feel seen and special. That little extra effort makes a big difference. So the takeaway from this is to match your customer's excitement. If they are pumped, you should be pumped too. This is the phase in which that doubt creeps in. Like when you post something on social media and immediately think, "Should I delete this?" Customers feel the same way after they did the purchase with you. Their doubt starts kicking in. Like, did we make the right call? What if we have wasted our money? And most companies, after the purchase is over, go completely silent, which is a big red flag. In the book, Joey gave another example of a company called CD Baby. They used to sell music online. So when a customer purchases a CD from them, instead of sending them boring shipping emails, they would send funny emails like, "Your CD has been gently taken from our CD Baby shelves with sterilized tongs and placed into a satin pillow. A team of 50 employees inspected your CD and polished it to make sure it was in the perfect condition." It sounds ridiculous, but it makes people laugh instead of worry. Did you see what they did here? They took a boring shipping email and made it fun. That little bit of humor wiped out any doubt and made them feel great about buying. Joey emphasizes that such thoughtful touches are crucial during the Affirm phase, where customers may experience buyer's remorse. By proactively addressing these feelings with humor and care, businesses can strengthen customer loyalty and foster positive relationships. So what we learn from this is that don't disappear after someone buys something from you. Remind them that they made a smart decision and make them smile while you're working on it. Now tell me, have you ever felt that rush of excitement when you turned on your new phone or try out a shiny new app? That's the activate phase in action. But then reality hits. The marketing was really good and that's why you purchased the product. But now the setup is confusing. The instructions are unclear and suddenly that excitement starts to fade. Honestly, this happened with me recently. There is an app called Fitboard. It markets itself as you don't need a personal trainer in gym if you have this app in your phone. But honestly, when I downloaded it and logged in, I have no idea where to go, what to do, and it was really confusing. I tried it for some time and then that happened, what's inevitable. I deleted the app. Now, imagine a different scenario. The setup is a breeze, everything works as expected, and you are up and running in no time. Feels great, right? Whether it's a gadget or an app, the first experience matters. If it's smooth and enjoyable, you are more likely to stick around. So, what's the takeaway? Make your customer's first experience seamless. Remove every possible friction and headache. Whether it's a user friendly interface, clear instructions, or responsive support. Ensure that their journey from purchase to usage is smooth. If your customers feel like a genius for choosing you, you have won them over again. We all have been to this situation where we are new somewhere, like a new workplace, new neighborhood, new friend circle, where we have this slight anxiety like how it's going to go, how it's going to be like with these new set of people, and what are the rules around here. Or say, when you buy a new product, you start thinking the usage of that product in your life. How are you going to use it? What you should be using it for? Basically, you're trying to figure out the way things get done. That's exactly what the Acclimate phase is about. Let's say you just ordered a pizza. Now in a normal scenario, after you order, you wait anxiously for 30 to 40 minutes and have no clue what is happening, what's the status of your order, and when you will be receiving your pizza. And I'm sure you all must have ordered Domino's pizza. They actually nail this waiting time. Their pizza tracker tells you exactly what's happening. Like some person is making your pizza in the kitchen, your pizza is in the oven, your pizza is ready to be picked up, delivery is in progress, and now someone is driving to your house right now. And that's it. You don't have to stay in your old world, like what is happening and when is pizza going to arrive. You know what's happening at every step. The point here is simple. Don't leave people guessing. Show them exactly what to expect and when the delivery may happen. Make them feel confident, not confused. So your takeaway from this is to make the rules clear, guide your users, and turn any confusing start into a smooth, fun experience. When people feel included in your journey, they stick around. This is when the customers achieve what they originally wanted. Now let's relate it to your life. Think of the time when you finally completed a difficult level in the game you were playing. Actually, IKEA is a good example. They sell you parts of the furniture and a booklet which tell you how to assemble it. And when you actually assemble it, the feeling you get is accomplishment. That's exactly what this phase is about. Your customers reaching the goal they signed up for. Most companies don't even track if customers actually succeeded. They just sell and disappear. Even IKEA doesn't care. There is an example mentioned in the book, which is of Online Trainer Academy, which teaches people through online courses. But here's what's brilliant. When someone finishes a course, they don't just get a digital certificate, but also a physical copy of the certificate which you can hang in your room. PMI also does the same with their certification exams. People post pictures of these certificates and diplomas on social media because they are genuinely proud. That's free marketing, right? So one thing to learn from this accomplished phase is to celebrate your customers' wins like they are your wins. Make them feel like a total champion. Do you remember the time when Apple introduced its white wired earbuds? Before that, everyone was selling black earbuds, but Apple's earbuds were white in color. They were not just headphones, they were a statement, like a secret handshake that said, "Yes, I am now part of the Apple ecosystem." You could spot an iPod user from across the room. And then there is Harley Davidson, which is just next level. Their fans don't just buy bikes, some of them literally tattoo their logo on their bodies. I mean, think about that for a second. Someone loves what you sell so much that they make it permanent. That's insane brand loyalty. This is the adopt phase. It's when customers stop thinking of your product as just something they bought and start seeing it as part of who they are. It's their tribe, their identity. Give people something to be proud of. Make them feel special for choosing you over everyone else. When they feel like they belong to your brand family, that's loyalty, and it goes a long way. Don't just sell a product, create a tribe. Because when people adopt your brand as part of who they are, you don't just gain a customer, you gain a lifelong fan. Now let me ask you something. When you find an amazing new song which instantly connects to your heart, don't you feel like sharing it with your family and friends? That's the advocate phase. It's when customers love your product so much, they can't stop talking about it. But here's the problem. Most companies totally mess this up. In the book, Joey gave an example of a company called Four Canines. These guys make car seat covers for dogs. Now, instead of asking for feedback and customer reviews right after the purchase, they wait 30 days. Then, they simply send a small email which says, "Hey, how is it going? And how are you liking the product?" That's it. And the result of this is a whopping 24% of customers wrote reviews compared to just 8% for most companies. Why? Because by then people had actually used the product and fallen in love with it. Even I love it when companies call you after some time to check on how their product is doing. This helps the companies in two ways. First, they get genuine feedback which can help in improving the new customer's experience. And second, they increase the chance of loyalty when their customers see that the company actually care about their customers. And when customers are happy, they want to share their experience. They become your personal sales team, telling their friends, families, and followers, which is the best form of marketing, word of mouth. So basically, the idea is not to rush people on giving the feedback until you know that they have actually experienced the product or service. Now let's talk about why this matters for your career. Most of the co-workers don't think this way. They are focused on hitting numbers and checking boxes, not creating experiences that people actually remember. Now, when you start thinking about the real human behind every transaction, you become the person everyone wants on their team. You become the one who actually understands why customers stick around or leave. Companies are desperately looking for people who get this. Customer success roles are exploding because businesses finally realize that keeping customers costs way less than constantly hunting for new ones. So whether you're working in retail, answering phones, or just starting your career, this mindset will make you stand out from everyone else your age. Now that's all theory which you need to remember, but let's talk about some of the actions you can take immediately within this week. The first task you need to do is to pick one customer interaction and apply the human to human approach. Actually learn something personal about them. Create one small moment that surprises them in a good way. You can do this within this week. Action number 2. Think about the 8 phases and pick any one phase where your workplace is not doing well. Just one, and focus on that. You can try doing this within this weekend. Action number 3. Start treating every person you deal with like a real human with real feelings, not a checklist item. This is an ongoing phase. Don't forget about it on your daily actions and most important, your customer interactions. Then come back and tell me in the comments how it went. I promise you will see the difference immediately. If this video changes how you think about dealing with people, hit the like button and let me know in the comments what's one small thing your current workplace could do better in those first 100 days. I do read every single comment and respond on that. So until next time, take care and see you in the next video. Bye bye.